El movimiento mexicoamericano de los derechos civiles incluyó una amplia variedad de problemas. Uno de ellos era el mal diseño del proyecto educativo para las minorías latinas. Un alto porcentaje de estudiantes que no terminaban la educación preparatoria. Las escuelas eran viejas y no tenían el dinero para darles el mantenimiento que necesitaban. No existían suficientes maestros mexicoamericanos. Este problema es evidente todavía hoy en día. Preguntémonos después de casi 40 años, ¿qué ha cambiado para los chicanos? ¿Qué impacto tuvo en el sistema educativo? La triste realidad es que hoy tenemos los mismos problemas, pero la diferencia es que ahora somos indiferentes ante tan grave problema generacional.
Education is the most critical component of most of our lives, in my opinion, because once a person is educated, that person possesses skills and talents and abilities that can never be taken from them.
The answer to our dilemma is education. I know I'm not the only one that is saying this, but I have a compassion.
Some people want to be doctors, some people want to be engineers, and for those people, then I would say it's important to go to school, it's important to go to college, to get your master's or PhD.
55% de hispanos no terminan high school, solo el 20% termina la high school, el 19% inicia la universidad, pero solo el 4% logra terminar una licenciatura, el 1% tiene la maestría y el otro 1% alcanza un doctorado.
Somehow there's not a cause. We've talked about the dropout rate, I don't know how long, just like we talk about juvenile delinquency. It's probably the most researched subject, and we still don't have an answer. There's answers there, but there's no answer to our problem. And so that's why instead of trying to find out why it's happening, I think we should just focus on people who are interested in bringing about change for themselves and starting from there. Let's not talk about it, let's do something, you know? If you really care about the dropout rate, you gotta do something.
If they don't feel connected here academically, we should make a stronger effort at developing social programs that help kids with identity issues. I would like to see a stronger presence of our Latino parents on this campus.
They have an educational system that has failed them. We have a political system that fails them. I think we have a family system that fails them, but probably more importantly of all, I think you fail yourselves.
Porque hay un montón de gang relations, también porque muchas personas no se sienten bien con maestros gringos y muchas mujeres más mexicanas salen embarazadas.
Que no se hizo difícil terminar los estudios, sino que yo quería salirme de la escuela, tener mis propias cosas. Eso fue lo que a mí me hizo dejar de la escuela.
The dropout rate in 1968 when they made this walkout was 50%. And as of the late 1990s, 1997 to be exact, the dropout rate for the 5 communities that feed into this district, and I'm talking about Fallbrook, Escondido, San Marcos Vista, and Oceanside, the dropout ranges are between 45 and 68%. By the way, 80% of them drop out before 10th grade. So something's happening.
I feel very torn about that because I know a lot of the challenges that these Latino kids face are the same challenges that I faced as a youth.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they do have the highest dropout rate. I mean, right now there's been like a lot of growth in the North County, so there's been a lot of people settling in the North County. And I wonder how many of those are recent immigrants that, you know, have that working class value of, you know, start working as soon as possible, you know, make money as soon as possible.
¿Por qué no quieren terminar sus estudios y quieren quieren ayudar a sus padres?
Pienso que para mí se me hizo fácil que aquí, en este país, uno es fácil agarrar dinero y la diversión, yo pienso.
I know that a lot of them leave school and go to work because they have to contribute to the financial stability of the family. I know that a lot of them face the same issues that I did with regard to the family structure. A lot of them come from single homes. A lot of them come from the same environment that I did with regard to one or both parents being involved with drugs or alcohol.
If you look at the Mexican immigrant, they live in poverty. A lot of our kids are barely making it. Both parents work, get this, they work 10, 12, 13 hours. I'm asking them, they have to be involved. And of course they throw me, well, how can I do it? I'm working 10, 12, 13 hours, 6 days out of the week. And I hear it so much. I don't care if you're working 6 days or 7 days out of the work and you're putting in 12, 14 hours. You gotta get involved in the kid.
Because I know that a lot of them can't do that because they have to go to work or they have to go babysit or they become the parent when they get home. And I'm just surprised and happy that they do come to school when they do. Because if a lot of our teachers knew what these kids dealt with on a day-to-day basis, I think they would also be surprised that and happy that they're just showing up to school for the 6 hours that they're here.
We are the least educated people. We are the poorest people. We're the most criminal people. We're the most disenfranchised people.
One of the things that is consistent with the Latinos at this school in particular is the fact that a lot of the kids who don't do well, one thing they have in common is a lack of structure.
If you'll notice all the suspensions, the suspension rates of Latino students in every school, they have the highest suspension rate. They have the highest expulsion rates, beside having the lowest admission into colleges, high dropout rates. So all these factors, the system, again, provides that kind of atmosphere where a kid is not going to succeed.
I think the mentality cheated them because they were sort of pigeonholed into being Spanish-speaking students. They weren't forced to sort of transfer over and either learn English or school didn't have the resources to teach everybody in both English and Spanish, the same classes. So in that sense, I would say they were cheated.